I would like to welcome you and yours to a new console week in the new, next, current, technically, generation.
We're in the future.
And now we're also in the future. And now. Technically, we're never in the future. It is always the present. We can never get to the future, and therefore... Never mind. I was going to make the old Annie joke about how tomorrow is a relevant construct. So every time she says tomorrow, you're never hoping for any... Like, you'll never get to tomorrow. By technical definition, will always be today.
Tomorrow. Just a day away.
And it still ends up being tomorrow. Today.
It's bullshit. It's what it is.
Welcome to the anecdotal, depressing episode of a new console launch week.
In case you're curious, this is, in fact, a gaming podcast.
That's really debatable depending on who you ask.
That's true. Yeah. Gamers 2 podcast for November 13th, Friday the 13th.
It is.
Although it is now 12:01, so that's a lie.
We have avoided any technical complications by recording on Saturday.
It's your weekly roundup of news and commentary from the video game industry-ish.
All right, Shatner.
And anything else that might pique our interest. Like The Thing, On the Wing. Shatner, you know, Twilight Zone.
Oh, yeah.
There's something on the wing.
There's nothing better than doing anything as a Shatner impression because all it requires is you to just pause constantly.
He is, he's a character.
He's a fun dude. Just all his, like, he does it much less now because it was all tropey back then, but you go watch any of his other stuff. The Thing on the Wing and all the other.
He
go where no one has gone before.
He just does what he wants, though.
Well, now you can. You're a legend.
He just does it. I went and saw him once, and there was a moderator that was supposed to be asking him questions, and he'd be answering them. Paid no attention to her. She'd ask a question, he'd completely ignore it and talk about whatever he wanted to talk about.
So it was a political debate.
I mean, it might as well have been. Boom.
Yeah, big old symbol crush there for that one.
Too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Too soon. Wound still fresh.
We still don't know who won.
Don't say that. We're not that kind of podcast. We're going to get banned on all the services. The funny thing with the Shatner one is the something on the wing mixed with him punching the alien is always... And I'm punching the alien in it. Complete air quotes, but... Yeah, basically a double axe fist. It's so good. Oh, the things you can get away with at poor TV quality.
Oh, yeah. Poor quality.
There was a tweet I put out maybe 2 months ago now where somebody had posted a clip of an old movie or old TV show. Not sure. Couldn't even recognize what it was. And it was offensively atrocious, both in terms of quality of CG and things like that, and the cuts that it did, but also whatever that storyline was happening in that 30-second clip, appalling. How that was acceptable. And maybe it wasn't, but still. Shall we get into things that should be much more acceptable and brand new and fresh?
Every week I'm like, the new release list cannot possibly get any longer.
So fun fact, Matt. What are we? There's 27 on this list. There would have been 40 something. But because the new release list that I normally grab included, with the 2 new console launches, everything that became available for those consoles.
Which is, they're very much padding the list at that point.
Right, like stuff like NBA 2K21, Watch Dogs Legion, all things that have been out, but now because they got put out on the new consoles, they're considered a new release again. And I was like, I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
I'm here for a curated-ish list of 27 items that also some may have fallen into that category where they potentially came out before, but they're not the big name games, so we're going to hit some smaller ones as we go. But let's start with the big one of the week. The Falconeer. The big one of the week, Assassin's Creed Valhalla for the PC, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Stadia.
So did it not come out in the Series S?
Got me. Welcome to the nightmare that will be my
I
hell
honestly
for a few weeks.
Thought you were going when you started and you started listing them out, each one specifically. I was like, oh, he's going to make a joke here that there's just 800 different consoles. No, that's
our new reality, Matt. It gets worse later. Destiny 2 Beyond Light is out for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Stadia, and technically everything else as well. So PS5, Xbox Series, whatever you play on. Enlisted for the Xbox Series X. The Falconeer for PC and Xbox One. Fuser for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. Listen, if they wrote it and it's available on the new consoles, that's your own prerogative. Go look it up. But I'm not here to fact check myself because what am I? Honorable? No. Number 6, Gears Tactics for the Xbox Series X and Xbox One. Number 7, Ghost Runner goes to the Switch. Number 8, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin for the PC. Number 9, Tetris Effect Connected shows up on the Xbox Series X and Xbox One, coming later, I think, in the summer to other things. Number 10 is 13 Remake. I believe that is what that is called, for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Number 11 is actually one of the games I've been looking forward to watching people play, Yakuza Like a Dragon, for the PC, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One. Number 12 is Astro's Playroom on the PS5. Number 13 is Bugsnax on
Talking
the PC.
About Bugsnax.
The bugs and the snacks. It's funny because I don't remember the exact song, so I just I know the beat, but I don't remember the song lyrics. So it's summer bugs and summer snacks. Bug snacks. But anyway, on the PC, PS5, and PS4. Number 14. Actually, The Onion wrote a review article for Bugsnax.
Interesting. I saw that
Looks
Girlfriend
like
Reviews also did a video, but I didn't watch it yet.
They did. They were given the review code to do it. But it is very Girlfriend Reviews. We will watch it.
Okay.
Demon Souls for the PS5. Esports Life Tycoon for the PS4 and Xbox One. Number 16, our clear favorite game on this list, and that is without joke, Farming Simulator 19 Alpine Farming Expansion for the PC,
Alpine Farming.
PlayStation, and Xbox.
Is that like
Mountainous
Frozen
SnowRunner Farming Simulator?
I'm intrigued.
I'm listening. Number 17, Godfall for the PC and PS5. Number 18, the runner-up for the favorite game of the week, Handball 21 for the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 19, Just Dance 2021 for the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series new stuff, Switch, and Stadia. Number 20, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS5 and PS4. Number 21, The Pathless for the PC, PS5, and PS4. Number 22, Sackboy, A Big Adventure for the PS5 and PS4. Number 23, Beat Me for the Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Switch.
That's what she said.
Hey-oh. Number 24, Call of Duty COD Blops Cow. Shit, I fucked that up. COD Blops Cow, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War for the PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One. Number 25, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory for the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Number 26, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered for the Switch. And number 27, Rune 2 Decapitation Edition for the PC.
Wowzer,
indeed. Wowzer Bowser, as the kids would say. If we were doing Nintendo episodes. Wowzer Doug Bowser.
Lots of new releases.
There was a lot, and there's still even more. If you technically, I didn't list the fact that 2 new consoles now exist, and when I say 2 new consoles, I mean 4. You have your Xbox Series S, your Xbox Series X, your PlayStation 5, your PlayStation 5 Digital.
Yeah.
And all the technically Astro's Playroom is a bundle in with PS5, and Xbox has backwards compatibility, so you have basically your entire Xbox library. So does PlayStation, but that whole thing. So there's a whole slew of potential things. I don't know that we talk about it in this. The NBA 2K21. If you play on the new generation, next generation, I don't know. Every time I say next generation, I immediately go to Star Trek.
Well, that and now it's no longer the next generation.
True, but I can't.
Current gen.
New gen.
We'll say new gen for maybe 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah,
and then
we can give it till holiday.
Okay, then we'll go current gen.
Yeah, holiday into current gen, and then everything else after that, you're old geezers, and you should move on. Okay. So new gen, playing on, I think it is both Xbox and PS5. They added almost an MMO-esque idea. So you know how they had maybe you don't know, but they had the park, they called it, I believe, where you could go online, you played with your creative players, and asphalt courts just around. You kind of just hung out, played, did things. They expanded that out to you're playing, I think it's in New York City. So you're playing in a whole city. You can wander around. People will give you quests to do things. You'll see basketball hoops on the side of things, and you can use those to matchmake with people and customize your player and all these things and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, sure, cool.
That's random, but good for them.
It's random, but I mean, I don't know. I'll have to see from an NBA from a 2K player's perspective, because obviously the ad thing is still total bullshit. But not that this makes up for that. But what does this do for? He just loves fucking with me sometimes. Hey, what are you doing?
Cat problems, man.
Do you really want to get? It's cold. Anyway, I'm just curious to see what they think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it expand on the feature you really wanted and give you something more you wanted? I know some people only do the My Player career mode or the franchise stuff, and I feel like for me I never cared to play online, so that's what I'm just curious about.
Yeah, NBA is one of those things that's like so outside of my wheelhouse that I have no frame of reference for like what the games are, what the most popular features are, like what people are looking forward to. No idea.
Yeah.
Odds or evens, good sir?
I'll take evens. I just went through 27 games after all.
Okay, little bitch.
Number one. Not to be outdone, I'm doing the whole podcast by myself.
You've done it before?
Oh, let's not talk about that time. Let's not talk about that. That's still, I know it exists, and it just pains me.
Let's start the party.
I should go delete it, actually.
With an update from Apple and Epic's legal battle. Apple claimed Epic's circumvention of its 30% fee violated the contract between them, but also accused Epic of theft and saw extra monetary damages beyond these two claims. Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers...
Hey, that was who it was.
Yep. Dismissed Apple's claim of theft at a hearing. She said to lawyers during the hearing, quote, "This is a high-stakes breach of contract in an antitrust case, and that's all in my view," end quote. Specifically addressing Apple's lawyers, she later added, quote, "You can't just say Epic's content is independently wrongful. You actually have to have facts," end quote.
I love it. Just so entertaining. No, you can't just say this. You have to have facts and proof. Stares off to the office-style camera a la Jim. Just... This is just never going to end between these two.
No, so the court case hasn't even started yet. I think, would we say May or March?
Oh, yeah, it was next year.
Yeah, it's sometime spring 2021.
Next year, because they didn't want to do a jury. And
and then it'll be it'll probably be ongoing for several months,
Yeah.
and then it's going to get
with her,
appealed.
if it's her, it'll end in a week.
Yeah, it could end in a week because she was very much like, "Let's get this going." Guys.
She'll be very much just over it when they're like, "But he kicked sand into my side of the sandbox," and you're like, "Oh my god."
So the case will go through, and then it'll get appealed. And I think it gets one appeal. I don't know how the legal system works, but we'll see.
There's a lot of people that are more important than us that also don't know how it works.
Yeah, and then we have the Google and Epic case.
Yeah, which very much could just go with, well, you ruled this and this one, so
yeah.
Unless they want to start having their own bicker fight about somebody called my mom a slag, and you're like, well, listen, Apple, you can't say that about Google, and Google's going to be like, haha, but they're also like, okay, Google, but you can't try to steal from Apple, and they're like, but come on.
You let me do it last night or something.
Yesterday you said it was okay. No, I said you could have a cookie. Not go eat all the cookies. Number 2. In a storyline written for Matt in a day that he celebrates in great infamy. And we celebrate it together by me going, I don't give a shit. And Matt going, okay.
I give a little shit.
I give slightly more than you, which is to say 1-0. Number 2, N7 Day was this past weekend, specifically November 7th, N and 7. Get it? Anyway, BioWare made a few announcements. The original Mass Effect trilogy is getting a 4K remaster, and it's coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One in 2021. Mass Effect Legendary Edition will also have enhancements for the PS5 and Xbox Series X. It is important to note, however, that this is not a full remake, but enhanced versions of the first 3 Mass Effect games. Thoughts on that? You're getting a remaster, not a remake.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the remaster. There was this rumors and speculation that the reason why it got secretly delayed multiple times was because the first game required far more attention than the other games.
It was the oldest one, and
I could definitely see that. We were talking about the elevator rides and different things.
Yeah, the old loading screens. I don't remember, and this is only going to matter to if there are actual Mass Effect fans that listen to us, what your take was on the ending of 3.
I didn't really have any beef with the ending.
Because I just remember when it happened, and me not knowing anything, because I didn't play and still haven't played Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Added to the list of arguably good franchises I haven't played. That there was enough beef that they ended up patching in a different ending later. Because enough children whined.
Yeah.
And therefore they gave the crybabies what they wanted.
Yeah, I don't recall having an issue with the ending, but yeah, I don't know. I don't recall having an issue with the ending, but I probably was very much like, well, it's their story to tell.
Right.
So.
That's which is always the thing. Like, it's their story to tell. Like, I hate to do Star Wars because it's a terrible story, but you made the mistake to be terrible. So,
and the thing with the Mass Effect franchise was at the time it's not really that exciting now, but at the time the whole big thing was the branching narrative. Right. And you could take your story along with you, and it would be different. And there was really going to be no way to make everyone happy.
Yeah. You have choose your own adventure that you can't make end all the same way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which, having things now like Detroit Become Human and I don't know, whatever other fucking game you want to pull out of your hat because that's such a commonplace thing. At the time,
Dawn, the Dark Anthology games.
Yeah. At the time, it was a bit more
Telltale games.
Yeah. At the time, it was a bit more, I don't want to say revolutionary, but it was a bit more out there.
It was a bit more risque.
Yeah. Yeah. Risque. I like that.
Yeah.
Risque.
Speaks to Mass Effect in a way. Commander Shepard's ass.
This is Commander Shepard's favorite podcast.
Confirmed.
Or, what does he say? I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite podcast. Or whatever the fuck he says.
I don't know what that's from.
It's a joke thing where you get at one point in the Mass Effect game, you give a reporter or someone an interview or whatever, and then you can be like, I'm Commander Shepard. This is my favorite store on the Citadel or whatever. It's a goofy little thing.
Also, BioWare announced that a new Mass Effect game is in early development. Not much is known about the next installment, but the studio says a team of veterans at the company is working on it. Verified by one only Casey Hudson himself.
So, funny story about this. You saw the, did you see the little image?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so there was, it was basically the single image that was on the blog post. And people quickly figured out that, this is in very early development because the image that they display, which essentially I think they called it concept art or something like that, was the character models that are in the image are basically the Mass Effect 2, I believe, character models from the main menu flipped.
Oh.
So, and they just, zoomed them out and made them, look like shadows, essentially.
I wonder if it's a part of, it's either a mix of, hey, you guys remember what Red Dead did? Where they showed you the cast of characters they were going to tell a story about? Or it's them just going, we actually have literally nothing to show other than the fact that we're doing this, so...
I feel like they forgot.
What can you do? And they're like, hey, listen, it's Friday. I don't want to rush you into a weekend or anything. I know you're about to go to lunch. When you get back, we need to have a visual image for a teaser for the new Mass Effect game that we're going to announce in 16 hours. What can you put together?
And the guy responds, "What new Mass Effect?"
Yeah, he's like, "What new Mass Effect?" And the guy's like, "Oh, we'll tell you about it when you come back." And so he went to whatever fast food joint he could really quick get to. Got back into the office. Nobody was there. They had all left for the day. And now he's just there I don't know what to do. So he quick scrolls through their old flips of what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Mass Effect 2 literature. Okay, yeah, all right. Flip it. Perfect. Mass Effect 5. Throw that on there. Yeah, sure. Send it to the PR team. There you go. I got your new image for you. Yep, they all approved it. And then everybody came into the office on Monday and went, what the fuck was that image we tweeted out on Saturday? Did nobody... They all said it was fine. They said you looked at it. All right, I guess that's what we're going with. Somebody start writing a story based on those characters.
I feel like it definitely feels like they forgot that it was going to be N7 Day. Because you have the trilogy announcement, which has... according to rumors, that would not fucking go away.
7 months?
Yeah, longer than that, I would say. Almost a year? Almost a year.
Oh, I guess since last N7 Day when it was jokingly starting to get thrown around.
That's been in the works and secretly delayed multiple times, so who knows if that's true or not. But we got no trailer. So I would assume that it would be close, or it would be at least have a lot of work done on it. No trailer for that. Kind of bizarre.
How bizarre.
Not even a teaser.
Yeah.
Not even an image, you know what I mean? And then you get a new Mass Effect game announcement from a, quote, veteran team. And the image that they show you is literally just cut up pieces of previous Mass Effect game.
I also just love them going, and it's from the veteran team. And I'm like, isn't the veteran team at BioWare... Don't they have currently bigger fish to fry?
Yeah, shouldn't they be working on, I don't know, Dragon Age?
There is a new Dragon Age supposed to be coming. Who did you give Anthem to?
That goes to,
oh, yeah.
That's your thing. That was they're going to give it to BioWare Austin.
And then
they got to fucking fix it again.
They have to kick it off to That's true. That's true. They just haven't confirmed that they've done that yet, but...
No, they did.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's right, they did. I forgot about that. They did.
Yeah, because there's the one. That was the funny part of the whole like, oh, we're redoing Anthem. Was that BioWare Austin got handed Anthem, and they're like, we're redoing it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Did we cover the Anthem changes?
Not the preview ones. No,
yeah, I'm not super worried
because
about
it wasn't enough. I read through them and I was like, okay, I'm interested to see how it plays, but like, you need to fix more than that.
BioWare, you sweet creature.
If Dragon Age sucks, I'm done.
We'll see.
Hot take.
We'll see the Mass Effect trilogy well before we see Dragon Age. So
yeah,
you should be able to say I'm done sooner than Dragon Age 4.
You should listen, they're just doing a remaster, so they shouldn't. It's just a remaster, so it shouldn't be fuck-upable. That being said, if they somehow bottle that, I now have less faith in Dragon Age. But if the new Mass Effect makes its way out to market before Dragon Age, and I'm watching the Andromeda creation screen happen again, I'm done. I'm not playing Dragon Age.
I think we're definitely going to see the trilogy before Dragon Age.
I would put money on that. I still don't think we see Dragon Age in 2 years.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's going to be a long time. There's no way like Mass Effect's going to be like
2025.
I was going to say 5 years out.
Yeah, that's 2025.
So
that's when they're just going to be like, we're confirmed we're working on it. Now shut up and never ask us about it again.
5 years it's going to be a shit game. If we see it.
What if we see it the same year as Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6? And we have to have the Mass Effect problem versus the creation engine. And
that's a whole nother. Speaking of engines, that's a whole nother bag of potato chips there. Are they going to stick with. Yeah, because that's what they said about Dragon Age. They're sticking with the Frostbite engine.
Yeah. Then they don't know how to use it.
Yeah. So. Wait. Oh no. What was Mass Effect made on?
Andromeda?
No.
The first three? I don't remember. I don't remember.
So how are they going to remaster them? They wouldn't. They would.
Port them into Frostbite?
No.
That'd be scary.
Okay, we're going to skip this.
I hope somebody at EA is at least talking to Respawn and being like, hey, I see you guys are using the Source engine or whatever.
Yeah, Source engine.
I think they're using Source 2 for Apex. Like, just use that.
Did they was Fallen Order a Source engine?
No.
No, okay.
That was the funny part because I think they had the conversation with EA and they were building Fallen Order for them and EA had said like Frostbite and whatever. And then they were doing the whole joke with Apex is that they were building it on the side. Oh, you're giving me fingers.
Well, the first Mass Effect was built on the Unreal 3 engine.
That sounds about right, yeah. Which, if that was, what are the other two built on? Because if they're all built on Unreal, you can just keep moving forward.
Unreal. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 is Unreal.
So, if EA doesn't want to shit on their product, they'll let them go to Unreal. If they want to try to put it into Frostbite, well, you're about to watch one of the worst remasters you've ever seen.
Tally-ho.
Tally-ho, good sir. That was the funny thing with Apex, though, with the whole Respawn thing, is that they were building a game that then they had to like sideline to do Fallen Order. So when they did Fallen Order, they did it on Frostbite. But they were building Apex in the background just as a fun thing to do. And they were purposely building it in Source. Because none of them knew how to use Frostbite. Oh, and shocker, Apex works really well. And just had a giant season content update, and people are still playing it all the time. Does anybody want to take any hints over at EA for anything? No? All right.
I didn't. Okay. I was unsure, so I Googled it. Fallen Order, Unreal Engine 4.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So they were
They built both games out of
that. I think that was
outside of
that might have been somebody have to go back to the original joke we actually made about that, but I think that was the thing when we said, "Oh, they're doing it Unreal," and they did that one in Source. How did Respawn get the okay to avoid the EA umbrella to not be in Frostbite?
fucking the plot thickens as per usual.
Good old thick soup.
Number 3. Sony has updated its release windows for 2 of the PlayStation 5's biggest upcoming games.
Only 2?
Yes.
I thought it was 4.
Maybe. I just knew 2.
All right.
That were updated. Release windows were updated. The upcoming sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, called Horizon Forbidden West, now has a release window of the... Do you want to guess? Have you looked at this yet?
The later half of 2021.
Second half of 2021. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is confirmed for sometime in...
The first half.
Oh my God,
he's a 20.
He's a seer. He's a
21.
prophet.
One has been called such. We have debated renaming this podcast Prophets too.
All hell.
And it would just put a picture. The new logo would just be a picture of me with a halo over my head and basically doing the old
God hands. I don't know what are those.
The Vishnu multiple hands.
Okay. Oh, nice. Are you gonna have a third eye?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
You can't do Vishnu and not have a third eye.
It's fair.
What am I? A cheater?
Where was I? Okay. Rift Apart. First half of 2021, following an earlier commitment that the game would arrive during the PS5's, quote, launch window.
Yeah, which apparently ends in June.
Yeah. Some other random PS5 news. Sony said that 1440p support can be added later, but currently the focus is for TVs.
I believe also, and I'm not positive about this, but there were 2 other games confirmed into early first half. I feel like Gran Turismo was one of them, and there was another game that was also confirmed into the first half of 2021.
I can do some oogly googly because the next story is also Sony. So
do some oogly googly, and I will read slow. Number 4. Some Sony peeps did interviews this week with Two Shatner. Some Sony peeps did interviews this week with various news outlets, and here's some of the interesting tidbits. PS5's designer told the Washington Post, quote, "In the beginning, there was sky." No. In the beginning, when I started drawing, the PS5 was much larger, even though I didn't know what engineering was going to do. It's kind of funny that engineering actually told me it's too big.
Can you imagine?
A bigger PS5. Hey, did you guys want tower fans in your entertainment centers? Because that's what you were going to get. And also, in a New York Times interview, a Sony rep divulged some sales numbers. God of War has sold over 51 million copies. Ghost of Tsushima has sold more than 5 million units since July. Way to go, God of War.
Way to go. Gran Turismo 7 is early 2021.
Yep.
The fourth one, I'm not sure what the fourth one would be. Yeah.
Now I'm going to look. But we will persevere. It is funny. There was also a... I don't know if it was a tweet or an image I saw on Reddit discussing... It is only relevant to this because of what they're saying with the size of things. I think it was a reference to the original ARM1 processor in 1990, whatever it was. And it was 25,000... God, what are the things on those cards?
Capacitors?
No, something similar.
Resistors? Transistors?
Transistors. 25,000 transistors. And then they showed a modern day one, 16 billion.
Yeah.
And it's like how much you can fit in those spaces.
It's so stupid.
It's insane. Insane. From a
So what are we-
25,000 to 16 billion jump.
What are we on now? We're on 7 nanometer, I think.
I believe that's the new standard, is going to 7 nanometer.
And I think next year their TMSC is debuting 5 nanometer.
Let's just keep going. Let's get down to 1 nanometer.
I think at some point, I don't know, they're going to break and have to come up with some new tech. Who knows? Excuse me. Let's see here.
Excuse you. You're welcome.
Number 5. Take-Two Interactive is expected to finish acquiring Codemasters in the first quarter of next year. The Grand Theft Auto publisher will use a mix of cash and shares to purchase all currently issued and yet to be issued shares in Codemasters, giving Take-Two 100% ownership. It was previously suggested the deal could value Codemasters at $994 million, but the latest notice says that this will instead be $956 million. The acquisition is expected to be completed by March 31st.
Returnal is the other game.
Okay. Oh, was that the one with the
Yes,
chick in the spacesuit or whatever?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Take-Two, though, man.
Take-Two. Buying shit.
Still crazy. Imagine Codemasters driving
In Grand Theft Auto?
in Grand Theft Auto 6.
That was the first thing I thought of, and actually the only thing I thought of, really.
I was like, man, I could do some rally driving in GTA. Not that you can't now, but GTA's driving is technically great.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
actually amazing.
Yeah, it's
For
good.
being what it is. I don't have complaints with it. I have complaints with the online system itself, not the driving mechanics were always fun.
Maybe we'll get like a real.
Midnight Club.
I was not expecting that. I'm very much on board with that.
Let me give you a little taste, Matthew, of a Codemasters Midnight Club Rockstar. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, let me finish what I was going to say first
Yes,
before I
yes.
forget. What I was going to say is it would be really great if we got a genre-defining racing game that, gave us a little revolution.
Called Forza and Gran Turismo 7.
Forza's great. Gran Turismo 7, I'm afraid, is probably going to be more Gran Turismo. I think we need something to shake up the...
We need a mix, and that's usually what Project Cars would be, or Dirt. Dirt and Project Cars fall into those categories of do something different.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see a proper, we're getting to defining. I want to see a proper VR racing game. Like, not just VR support. Let's go proper. I want to take those haptic 2 controllers I have and put my hands on a steering wheel and do this in the air. Don't actually put a steering wheel in front of me. Let me just put my hands there.
Are we going all the way back to the Wii?
No, but it just means I don't have to buy the steering wheel. Just let me use the controller, and then I reach down for the shifter, and I'll tie sensors to my feet, and I'll just sit down in a chair so I can operate the brake, clutch, gas, whole thing. There's your
You never know.
defining. That's a Wii defining moment, though.
What if we got follow me on this? What if we got a Take-Two version of The Crew? So the grandioseness of GTA 5, but racing.
So we're saying what if Take-Two did The Crew, because that's what that is.
Yeah.
Can we remove the online component from The Crew? You can still play with people online.
Only if we can keep the mid-corner hip checks.
We can keep mid-corner hip checks. I don't mind a mid-corner hip check. What I mind is the game refusing to let me win. Actually stopping me because I won the race 4 times in a row, and then I got pit cornered in the 5th one, and that's the one I decided to save because it had to sync to the cloud.
It's wait, this isn't right.
Also, constantly, it actually was worse if you played with your friends. by like technical definition, the way the progress worked in the game, it was worse to play with your friends because one of you would always come in second. Didn't matter who. I'd come in second one race, you'd come in second one race, didn't it? But because you came in lower positioned, you got less gear upgrades for your car.
Yeah.
And when they were I've talked about that enough.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see that. What if we didn't get a Take-Two version of The Crew? What if we got a Take-Two version of a Need for Speed? Now, what I say by that is Need for Speed has tried to lean into the more RPG elements and kind of have those stories woven in of, oh yeah, what up, bruv? I am just new here with my car that randomly I got out of jail and I'm going to learn how to drift. Cool. Oh, you got a shop. Let's all do that. I feel like if you took Take-Two, specifically Rockstar's writing department, with GTA's writing ability and the Red Dead writing ability and stuff, you could actually make a much more compelling story that would have you feeling a early Fast and Furious vibes type thing to it. If that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
You're actually, you are sent to investigate a crew that you find out isn't the crew. They're the ones that did the job. It's the whole thing. You crash your Porsche, you die. There's a lot of things that happen in the game. Too soon. All right, number 6. Several Twitter users have shared an email sent by Amazon in the past day or so concerning their pre-order of their new console, indicating that the retail giant may be low on stock.
It was specifically the Xbox.
All right.
I mean, I think it's probably relevant to both, but in this specific instance.
The email reads, quote, I'm going to burp, hold on. Sorry about that. The email reads, quote, we expect to ship your console in the coming weeks as we receive more inventory in November and December. At this time, we anticipate that you will receive your Xbox Series X by December 31st or before, end quote. The extent of the issue and how many customers are impacted is unclear at this point. It doesn't seem to be impacting the Xbox Series S. A Microsoft spokesperson told GamesIndustry.biz that the company is, quote, working tirelessly with retail partners to replenish Xbox hardware as quickly as possible, which I have seen echoed by other Xbox and Microsoft employees. So,
what a time.
Can't say I'm surprised. We knew this when the pre-orders went live, that they oversold.
Yep.
So, I just like that they're like, you'll get it by December 31st, which, as we know from game release dates, are just it's the end of the year until all of a sudden we have to say January.
Let's see here. So, I believe it was yesterday. My little PS5 update.
My little PS5, I can't really do that in a My Little Pony song. Doesn't work. PS5 is too many syllables.
Walmart released their times for when they were releasing consoles. Noon, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9. Online.
No random 3-hour fights in the store.
Myself, my significant other, wife, overlord, whatever you want to call her.
Human flesh sack.
One of my friends was trying to get one for me as well, and one of my other coworkers was trying to get one for himself.
Yeah.
We all tried at noon. No success. We all tried at 3. No success. We all tried at 6. Coworker got one. And then we tried, not all of us, but 3 of us tried again at 9.
Yep.
No one got one. So.
Killing it.
And we all, at various points, had them in our cart. And then.
In getting to the,
which is the frustration. And I like the way Best Buy has implemented their system. They have a queue.
Yeah. the old buying packs tickets. You get dropped into the queue. You have X amount of time to actually do the checkout, or you lose your.
Yeah, but then they if you while you're trying, they stick you. They wait for their system, they basically slow the process down.
Yeah.
And they wait for the system to catch up before they reopen. So, they let X amount of people in, let them complete their purchases, look how much stock they have, and then open it back up again.
Yeah.
Which was
right, we'll take 10 more. How many we sell? All right. 5 more.
Yeah. So if you click on their page and then you hit add to cart, it'll say, please wait, essentially. And it was like, don't click off this page, don't refresh it, just wait.
Yeah.
And then when it's ready, it'll open back up again.
We'll tell you when to refresh.
Yeah. But, which clearly worked because I got one of those fucking video cards. So,
right.
Yeah, that's been my experience so far. Oh, and then told you earlier, but another coworker bought one through eBay. He met someone local was selling one eBay, so he met in a parking lot, paid $1,000.
Oh, he's an idiot. I still maintain that.
What else? Do I have any other relevant?
Mine's on its way.
Yep, yours is on your way. Should be here tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow. Target said today. UPS said Wednesday, then Monday. Then I'm hoping they all get together and have a fun time and give it to me tomorrow. But
that would be ideal.
Who knows? Maybe it shows up Sunday randomly. Oh.
Might. I don't know. I would hope. Do they deliver on Sunday? No, I didn't think so. They
deliver first time for everything.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I got for console updates.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. Ongoing. I think they're, I've said this before, but I think they're not going to really be accessible until spring.
I could see another big wave in mid-December.
Yeah, they might try to make that.
We've seen that happen before.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday stock blown through, and then all of a sudden, December 15th to the 20th, they're like, we randomly sent 5 more pallets to stores, and you're like, what the fuck? Where did you guys just magically find them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you did.
Number 7. Another Game Pass perk from Microsoft.
Oh, let's be clear. Xbox Game Pass. It's a great service.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers now get a month of Disney Plus for free. Xbox Game Pass members will need to redeem the offer by March 2nd, 2021.
There you go. You got a month to watch the entire first season of Mando, and then start the next season. And depending on when you redeem that offer, you'll be able to watch both seasons.
Yeah, you could wait. You could wait till, I don't know how long it's going to run for. It's probably...
Didn't it just say how long you have to claim it?
I was thinking Mando. Is it 8 episodes? Or?
Even if it's 10, it should be over before Christmas, I think. I think they would end it before that, or right after. 8 yeah, I would put it done right before.
Yeah. Yeah. So hold off until December.
Yeah.
Then you can watch both seasons for free.
Take your holiday break. Boom. Done. A lot of games. Some Mando. It's a good time. It's like shooting womp rats. They didn't say that enough in the first episode. If I heard him say womp rats one more time, I was going to lose my mind. I was like, we get it. It's a reference.
Fucking back at Tatooine.
So, I'll go to Tatooine. Please leave as fast as you can. And they crashed on Hoth because there's no other frozen planets in the system.
You know what? I was curious, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to look into it. Because I was like, how many other planets could there possibly be that's nearby?
I don't know I can't remember what system he flew into. Because he was flying into a completely separate system to deliver that person.
Well, my issue is...
And it was only supposed to be one jump over.
If they had to go sublight. So, it couldn't have been that far away.
Well, that was the whole thing, is that it was only one system over. And they had to go sublight for the person, and then the X-Wing showed up. And if you're not watching Mandalorian, well, sorry.
Spoilers. Whoops.
This is just for you, and I'm going to do it visually. But when you saw... And then I'm going to read my story. when you saw the ship, both of them, do this,
Mm-hmm.
I just went, ooh, yay. I was like, I know what that means. I know what that means.
Yeah, that was good.
It was a good moment. It was a fun time. Number 8, Arcane Studio. You are not looking that up right now, are you really? Shh. You don't do that to yourself. Because if they crashed on Hoth, I'm going to be pissed. Number 8, Arcane Studios' upcoming time-traveling first-person shooter Deathloop will be out sometime in May 2021.
Okay.
Is it not Hoth?
It's not.
I just say it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be either. Deathloop.
But now every casual fan now knows that there's another winter planet in the system.
Fucking nerds.
God, I hate them all. I hate those nerds.
I read something this morning that made me want to vomit. So you know, there's Knights of the Old Republic comics,
Yes.
and they're very good. And they one of the issues is now worth $2,000
Oh,
because
you could buy a PlayStation. You could buy 2.
yeah, because now it's getting popular again.
Yeah.
Because of the Mandalorian and all this other stuff.
So where are all of yours?
So it went from like 28 cents to being worth 28 cents, like $2,000.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
Because that was the first thing I thought. I was like, I have some of these. Like, oh well.
Those are always the fun thing. When you're like, oh yeah, remember those Pokemon cards as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. Same.
the pain injected into my soul. Anyway, yeah, did you hear Deathloop's getting delayed or coming out in May 21? Is that what I said?
Allegedly.
Yeah, May 2021.
I don't know.
I think currently that's a good window for it. I can't think of something else that's in the way. So,
Nothing really.
and it's not going to be a standout game anyway.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like I don't want to say that, but it's not one of the.
I mean,
it's not Horizon. It's not Gran. It's not Ratchet. It's not
It's
Halo. It's not Gears. It's not Cyberpunk. It's not Elder Scrolls. It's not. It's gonna hit potentially like Dishonored.
which
Under the radar, and either under the radar darling or under the radar for a reason.
I mean, it's a new IP, so they can't have they shouldn't have super high expectations for it.
And the gameplay loop doesn't doesn't seem to lend itself to a ton of my interests. But I haven't had my hands on it, so I could be completely wrong.
For sure.
For what it's worth.
Nearly a year after launch, the PC version of Halo, the Master Chief Collection, will finally be completed with Halo 4 launching on November 17th.
All right.
There you go.
It is officially complete in a week.
Maybe we'll get Infinite.
Oh, good jokes, Matt. Good jokes. Number 10. WildWorks has informed players of its online children's game Animal Jam. What am I reading? That approximately 46 million of its user accounts were compromised. In a post announcing the data breach, WildWorks said that the data taken included email addresses used to create parent accounts, player usernames, and encrypted passwords, birthday information, gender, and some parent full name and billing addresses. Basically, Animal Jam fucked up.
Gotcha.
Pretty bad. I don't even know what that is.
It's
actually, you know what? I want to say I don't know what it is, but I remember back to our retail days. And
that's what I was going to say.
100% there were prepaid cards for Animal Jam in our selection. 100% I remember those.
Yep.
Right next to Club Penguin.
That was going to be our next reference. Club Penguin.
I like that you and I are both just like, you guys remember the aisle F-18? Weird. So many things get lost in the aisle of F-18. Nobody goes to the dark corners of F-18.
Animal Jam.
Those prepaid cards down at the end. Oh, we didn't sell PC components till we were merely a man. You merely adopted the PC games.
Roblox.
I was molded by them.
Bottles.
The bottle helps.
Yeah, it did. It's kind of weird.
Batman.
Speaking of evil,
I'm going to be your undoing.
Jesus.
What? I'm just gonna walk around the bottle from now on. just walking through packs. Just hello, everybody.
No one knew who I was till I put the bottle on.
Nobody cared who I was till I put the bottle to my mouth.
Electronic Arts is introducing FIFA Playtime, a new tool that gives FIFA 21 players information on how much time and money they have spent on the game, as well as the ability to limit
turn it off.
As well as the ability to limit some aspects of play. Users will be able to limit the number of matches they can play, the amount of FIFA points they can purchase, or the amount of FIFA Ultimate Team packs they can open. The publisher says it wants to, quote, to continue leading the way with helpful solutions, end quote, and that playtime is part of a longer-term initiative.
So, it's funny that this comes up in regards to just FIFA. Because I have the Origin replacement, the eventual Origin replacement called EA Play.
Mm-hmm.
I think is what they called it. Or EA's Desktop. Might be EA Desktop is what they named it. Which is just the replacement of Origin's old clunky ass. And in it, you can have settings right on the launcher of this.
For all the games?
Yeah, you can control play times and have kill switches in place of you can't play past X amount of time, blah, 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 and all these things. And I think it's mostly for parenting.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there are some adults that should admit they have a problem.
Yeah, the couple articles I read did go into depth about how it was geared. They did have a lot of stuff geared towards parental controls.
Yeah, because that's always been the thing of little Timmy spent $2,000 in FIFA Ultimate Team packs. How do I not Google search killing my child secretly? I
didn't see though that. I mean, most of the news outlets I like looked at stuff from, and they specifically called out FIFA. So I'm wondering if because
FIFA's the easiest call out. FIFA's the known worst case scenario. Madden's probably second to them, and then people just forget that Battlefront was a thing.
Yeah.
Or Apex.
I was wondering if it was geared towards like the Europe market because of FIFA and loot boxes and all that shit.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Just Belgium.
Well, there's two now, I think. What's the other one?
Netherlands,
yeah.
Right next to each other. I don't know my geography in Europe that well. That might not be. Number 12. EA, speak of the devil, is facing another class action lawsuit in the United States connected to its Ultimate Team loot boxes. Wow, this is serendipitous. This time focused on its alleged use of dynamic difficulty adjustment. In a suit filed in the U.S. District Court of Northern California, various plaintiffs accuse EA of using its patented dynamic difficulty adjustment technology in 3 of its EA Sports franchises, being Madden, FIFA, and NHL, across all games ranging back to the 2017 versions. The plaintiffs say that EA uses this technology to push players into purchasing more loot boxes in the form of player packs, saying that it effectively makes the even high stat players not play as well as they should. Additionally, the suit notes that EA uses this technology without disclosing it to the players, noting that EA has denied its use in the past in multiple games mentioned in the suit.
We'll see.
We've talked about similar things like this before. I think it's come up with Call of Duty discussions, where, especially in the CSGO discussions that was around, where you would match somebody. There was talk all the time where you would take somebody that had no skins and match them into games with people that had skins. because you wanted to give them the incentive of like, you really want that cool thing, I should go buy it. So there's always this manipulation of, and this is just worse, where like, you already have the card, but we're gonna make it feel bad, so you have to go buy a better thing, and piss off if it's true.
Yeah, if it's true. I mean, if it turns out to be, if the courts find it true, might be crazy.
If the courts find it true, that's a pretty big thing. If it's not true and EA's entire defense is get good, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
If their entire defense is, Your Honor, he just sucks at FIFA.
Yeah. It'll be interesting because it's a pretty...
Which, granted, there are other games they're insinuating it also happened in for 3 years now.
Yeah. Pretty substantial accusations, so it'll be fun to watch that one.
Added to our court roundup.
Yeah. So boring. I mean, the quotes are pretty good from
quotes are good from Yvonne.
Yeah. She got it going on.
I see what you did there.
Lucky number 13, the number of active players for Assassin's Creed Valhalla doubled that of Assassin's Creed Odyssey on launch day. Ubisoft also reported that the game has seen record viewership and engagement on Twitch and YouTube, surpassing any Ubisoft game launch to date in this regard. The announcement did not include specific numbers.
You want to know why I think it doubled, Matt? There's one glaring reason.
Vikings?
No.
COVID?
No.
Glaring reason.
It's something I've complained about with Odyssey.
It's shorter.
No, it's not ships. And it's not ships.
Okay. It's shorter.
No.
It's got less garbage.
No, none of these people, I guarantee, know those things until they've already played it.
Complained about Odyssey.
There was one major criticism I had when they announced Odyssey. I'll even say when they announced, before it came out.
I don't know.
After Origin,
yes,
they said every 2 years. And then they released Odyssey the next year.
Ah, okay.
People had their fill and didn't give a shit.
I see where you're going with this.
Now they've been slightly deprived. And now they're into they gave it time. And then they dropped Vikings and people went, yes, I am ready again. Yeah. You can't keep dropping these giant RPGs year after year after year. And to make them correct, unlike what we immediately saw with Odyssey, where we went, oh, you reskinned Origin. For me. You reskinned Origin to put more boats in, which is like the worst combination of the two things.
Yeah. I think they need to rebrand these games, though.
If I was to be on a PAX panel, the hill I would die on in discussing Assassin's Creed is that the new version of Assassin's Creed should not have Assassin's Creed as a precursor in the title.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten far enough into the game to know if it's super relevant. Like, it's going to be relevant. It's got.
You could just not say Assassin's Creed and call it Origins because you're in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Focuses around roughly the center of, blah, 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 creation, the whole thing, depending on how far you really want to read into that. I mumbled through the whole thing. If you didn't hear me, it's better you probably didn't. Odyssey makes sense. That has enough references without ever saying the word Assassin's Creed. Iliad, Odyssey, whole thing. Oh, there's Odysseys around that. Nobody does Odysseys anymore. Odysseys were a then thing. Valhalla. Oh, it's going to be Vikings. But it's not going to be Vikings. So you just don't need to even, if you really wanted to have some type of title, don't put Assassin's Creed on it. I get why you did it initially for the brand recognition, but now you're so far removed from the idea of what the Assassin's Creed was. Why are you still doing it? I still haven't played Valhalla. I'll be playing it during December, but
yeah, we'll see.
They're better history RPGs. With history being in air quotes. They're better historic RPGs than they are anything to do with the Assassin's Creed franchise that started 13 years ago. Roughly. roughly if you want to really think about it.
That's so crazy. It just makes me feel old because I remember the first game and I was
Yep.
like so excited because I'm like, oh, this game's so crazy. It's new, brand new IP, crazy.
Altair.
Fucking.
Yep.
Here we are.
Riding around on my horse between Damascus and Jerusalem, and
Now it's a full on RPG,
yeah,
and
I had to fucking ride a goddamn boat. Yeah. But yeah, it's a whole. That is my one. Like, I wish they would just not call them Assassin's Creed anymore. Just because, like I said, I don't really think they have anything to do with it.
doesn't. I'm like two, maybe 3 hours in,
Okay.
and it's
You're Viking.
no mention. Like if it didn't say Assassin's Creed on it, I would not know.
Yeah.
So
So, like,
I'm
why
assuming it'll inject itself eventually. But
Yeah, eventually you get yanked out into present day, and they'll be like, "There's an animus," and you're like, "Okay, it's just how I see secret events or old events now. It's just you just literally call it. Don't even call it Assassin's Creed. Call it Animus Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a device that you use to see into the past and relive things.
Mm-hmm.
No longer are you fighting for the pieces of Eden in a corrupt church and this whole
Yeah.
Assassins, Templars, save the world, Desmond's dead. We don't talk about that type thing. Number 14, miscellaneous topics. Standard new console drama. Neither console runs at native 4K for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Normal drama.
Drama. Developing story. Ubisoft is doing away with achievements on PC. A few hours later, it was said that they will only have challenges. Quotes from Ubisoft support said, instead of achievements for new games on Ubisoft Connect, instead we have expanded the challenges which provide XP and other rewards in Ubisoft Connect.
So this came up because I believe Legion has both
Oh,
challenges and achievements, and people were confused, and there's a whole support thread on it.
I think they've been, unless it was part of something tied to tied to Uplay or your Ubisoft account. I feel like there were challenges that existed before,
Mm-hmm.
and achievements. Like, I feel like they existed together before, but maybe not to the extent that they're saying that, because now they've said that they've expanded challenges.
Yeah.
I feel like before it was probably minimal, probably 5 or 6.
I haven't looked, but I'm wondering if Valhalla doesn't have achievements and it
And
just
that's
has challenges.
Maybe what sparked it.
Yeah.
Legion has both, and then they said, all right, we're flipping it with Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Next bullet point is Fallout 76 Steel Dawn. I assume that is a new DLC.
Yep. We didn't watch it.
All right, cool.
There was
Good
a
talk.
trailer. I was like, maybe we should watch it. Forgot
All right,
about it.
Maybe we will. Matt wants to at some point mention that he's sure that there are all sorts of COD Blops Cow trailers. There are. There's also a bunch of streams happening right now. The tweet of the week is from the Xbox account. Quote, "We can't believe we have to say this, but please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X."
You see any of that?
Yeah, people trying to, oh, my Xbox Series X is smoking. And it's just people blowing vape smoke into their Xbox. Like, I can't wait for Sony next week to have to come out and be like, this is a stolen quote from a tweet of somebody. I don't remember who it was, but they're like, I can't wait for Sony to come out next week and have to defend the idea of not pouring bong water in your PS5. Also, the rumor of the week is that Sony is in talks to acquire Blue Point Games, because why not? They already remastered a bunch of stuff for you.
This one is, I straight up like, I feel like they would be dumb not to at this point.
Yeah,
but
why not? Solidify it, get it all good.
Mm-hmm. They've done a good job on everything. Maybe give them some more resources, split the team, and then
Yeah.
have them work on a safe
Do some
remake
of
that
the-
they're good at, and then also be like, work on a new IP, see what you got.
Yeah. Do a bigger game that you're, like Demon Souls is but do another one. Like,
Mhm.
what is the one that Sony's like, we don't want to touch it unless it's done perfect type of thing.
Resistance. Fucking, I'm getting that Resistance game, all right?
He's going to die on this hill by walking to Blue Point. Resistance! That's all. Be like, who the hell was that?
Someday.
So it's been the news. That's that. New releases, news, new consoles, new games. A lot of fun. But it's been 7 days as well. So what have you been up to?
Let's see here. Watched From Russia with Love? No.
Bond?
Sean Connery Bond.
That is one of his.
It's probably that one. It's got gypsies in it. I think it's
really
that one.
narrows down that era Bond.
It's a whack movie, though. That's
All of those are whack.
They are.
Even
Wow.
Dr. No's weird.
Oh my God, Sean Connery. Good man.
Gets a little weird right after
little
Bond.
dicey in there.
Not that Bond wasn't, clear either, but there's a moment after Bond. He's got some moments.
Yeah, From Russia with Love is pretty.
Yeah, it's one of them. That's why I said Bond gets a little hazy, and then
Mhm.
it just kind of gets worse once he's not Bond.
Yeah. Randomly watched the Edward Snowden movie that has Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it.
I always forget that exists.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't know. I just saw it and was bored doing dishes. B. I don't like to say that. Finished Watch Dogs Legion. Glad I paid $15 to play it, and others.
That's the beautiful thing about Xbox. I mean, Ubisoft can or Ubisoft Play, whatever the hell.
Yeah, I don't know. Started Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and
Lucky you in the gaming swing of things at the end of the year, bringing it all together for 2 months.
yeah, gotta get it in there. That's where I'm at. I mean, I still have WoW. Haven't played it though. Gotta remember to, because I did subscribe. So
You're paying if you're not playing.
exactly, paying either way.
That's the. For some reason, I just thought of the old trucker bumper sticker. Ash, cash, or grass, nobody rides for free. And I just picture that being like on the back of Activision Blizzard's CEO car. Ash, cash, or grass, nobody plays for free type of thing. And it's just immediately now it's making me laugh that Bobby Kotick has that on the back of his car.
Probably does though.
The back of his $17 million Ferrari.
That's where I'm at in life. I mean, I don't know about anything else. Can't think of anything else relevant in life.
Not much is relevant in life.
It's true.
Deep words, deep thoughts.
Yeah, what are you up to? What do
Not
you
a
got?
whole lot.
That's a lie.
All right then. I mean, if you insist. World of Warcraft. Played some COD Blops Cow. Played some The Show. Played some other things that I can't think of, but I'm sure I've done. I did finish my baseball book. That has been completed now. My textbook of reading is done.
Yay!
I have now moved on to other things.
Yay!
I caught up on Mando. Watch episode 3 tomorrow. I did. Oh yeah, and I've been playing Watch Dogs too. Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs also. We talked about it a little bit earlier. It feels like I'm a little over halfway.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that
if I really sat down to burn through it, I'm pretty sure I can end it pretty quick.
the pace.
Confident in my ability to move through games.
Yeah, I think the pace accelerates as well. From
Yeah.
there, but it could be.
Also depends on how I decide to play style.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time for this. I'm going to get my LMG. I'll be back. Has happened a couple times. Get halfway through a mission, die, and I'm like, well, that was the stealth try. Go get the guns now.
Yeah.
And I come back, I'm like, robot turret, bunch of guns. Robot over there, drone, you need to attack your friends. Just out there shooting everybody. It's a fun time. I enjoy my moments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really give a shit about the story so far, though.
That's kind of the downfall of that game. Like it clearly had potential, but
like I haven't found myself giving a shit about the characters. Obviously, you can recruit anybody. So in terms of individual characters to your person, they have to be very generic to make it systematically work.
mm-hmm.
I do really enjoy Bagley.
Yeah.
I think they wrote him and voice acted him great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun time, but I don't give a shit about the story, I guess, kind of. I get what they're trying to instill, and I think it's correct and it makes sense, but it's just like
there's nothing. The story is really
it gets in its
generic.
It gets in its own ways sometimes too.
Yeah,
we're like, oh, but we can't do this, but we can do this. I'm like,
yeah,
I could blow up an entire city block, but or I'll just murder everybody, and we're all like, yeah, that's fine, don't worry about it.
I think the big hang up is the whole DedSec thing. Like,
yeah,
they needed to I don't know, like trying to carry forward the whole DedSec thing and the whole like hacker group thing is kind of like,
and then they just keep introducing you to more hacker groups.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm okay that there's more of them. That makes sense, but we're not supposed to be like the number one hacker group. The entire idea, from what I understood beforehand, was we are just a group that does lawfully good things in terms of like the character arc, or chaotically good things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Not
we're the super hacker group.
We're the group.
Yeah.
And when somebody comes to take us down, we rally.
and we take them down.
Oh, we somehow manage as the greatest hacker group ever to get set up for a bombing by somebody we've never heard of, because maybe they're the best hacker group. Ooh. What? Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Hack them, guess.
Hack them if you got them.
Hey, you kids got phones? I will find a way to get Xbox Game Pass and you kids got phones into basically every podcast, if I'm allowed. That's all I got for this week.
I got nothing else.
That sounds like a good enough plan and a good time to stop then. Enjoy your new consoles, enjoy your new games, and we will see you in 7 days. Bye-bye!